The Directive Principles of State Policy, or DPSP, are guidelines or principles given to the federal institutes governing the state of India, to be kept in mind while framing laws and policies. These principles are enshrined in Part 4 of the Indian Constitution, from Articles 36 to 51. Though they are non-justiciable, meaning they are not enforceable by any court, they are considered fundamental in the governance of the country and aim to create social and economic conditions under which citizens can lead a good life. Key features. 1. Non-justiciable nature. Unlike fundamental rights, DPSPs are non-justiciable, meaning they cannot be enforced by the courts. However, they are fundamental in the governance of the country, and it is the duty of the state to apply these principles in making laws. 2. Purpose. The main aim of DPSPs is to establish a welfare state in India. They guide the government in making policies and laws to promote social and economic welfare and aim to reduce inequality. Sources of inspiration. The Directive, Principles of State Policy, were inspired by the Irish Constitution, which had borrowed them from the Spanish Constitution. They reflect the aspirations and philosophy of the makers of the Constitution. Categories of DPSPs. Social and Economic Principles. Article 38. The state shall strive to promote the welfare of the people by securing a social order through justice, social, economic, and political, and to minimize inequalities in income, status, facilities, and opportunities. Article 39. The state shall, in particular, direct its policy towards securing equal right of men and women to adequate means of livelihood, equal pay for equal work for both men and women, protection of the health and strength of workers, men and women and children, equal distribution of resources and wealth to avoid concentration in few hands. Article 41. The state shall make effective provision for securing the right to work, education, and public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement. Article 43. The state shall endeavour to secure, by suitable legislation or economic organisation, or in any other way, to all workers, agricultural, industrial, or otherwise, work, a living wage, conditions of work ensuring a decent standard of life, and full enjoyment of leisure and social and cultural opportunities. Gandhian Principles. Article 40. The state shall take steps to organize village panchayats and endow them with such powers and authority as may be necessary to enable them to function as units of self-government. Article 43. The state shall endeavour to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas. Article 47. The state shall regard the raising of the level of nutrition and the standard of living of its people and the improvement of public health as among its primary duties. Liberal Intellectual Principles. Article 44. The state shall endeavour to secure a uniform civil code for the citizens throughout the territory of India. Article 45. The state shall endeavour to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Article 50. The state shall take steps to separate the judiciary from the executive in the public services of the state. Importance. Guidance for governance. The DPSPs serve as a guide to the central and state governments in India to frame laws and policies. They embody the concept of a welfare state and aim at establishing economic democracy. Judicial interpretation. Although non-justiciable, the courts have often relied on DPSPs to interpret laws and determine the scope of fundamental rights. Social justice. They aim to ensure social and economic justice and set the stage for social revolution in India by addressing inequalities and promoting welfare. In summary, while the directive principles of state policy are not enforceable by law, they are crucial in guiding the Indian government in crafting policies that aim to create a just society and improve the quality of life for all citizens.